When I go shopping for slimes, the one thing I notice a lot is scam slimes. If you aren't familiar with the concept, people take all the information and listing photos of genuine websites and make these fake profiles with pretty much no sales, no reputation, and no reviews, and this is because they're fake. I thought it would be really fun to buy those products, but also the genuine products, and compare what you would get if you were buying the real thing. First up to put this to the test is Matcha Kitty from Kawaii Slime Company. This is a duotone green and white boba slime, and it comes with hard boba beads at the bottom, which kind of feel like massage beads once mixed in. The texture is slightly thicker than a normal slime, but the main allure of it is the real shine that it gives off and also the amazing clicks. This is super stretchy, and the packaging for this is stunning as well as the scent. The scam slime also had an amazing scent. It was a very realistic matcha scent, and I also really liked the label use on this. I liked the use of upcycling, but unfortunately the slime did rust because this was a tin. And the main thing that struck me apart from the rust was just how different it looked at the top. The initial slime had a completely green layer, and this one had like a grey, bluey purple. I don't really know how those colours came from the original slime. I decided to take it out with a spoon and some gloves because this is honestly very gross, and every single layer had some rust in it, so I think it probably changed how the slime performed, because the slime had a nice texture, like it was really thick, but then once you mixed it in, it was somehow also really sticky. Celebration Slime Cake came in the most beautiful packaging I've ever seen. So it comes with an outer box which costs an extra $2, but then it also comes with the core slime, which is this cupcake. And I love the stickers on this, I love the presentation of the slime itself, and the execution is very simple but also really well done. The texture is a hybrid of a cloud and a butter slime, and the scent is a really nice cupcake scent. It doesn't drizzle, but it's a really nice slime to play with in your hands or play with on a table. The scam slime for this one was actually really nice. It had all the components it was meant to have. It had a clay layer on the top, it had the little cherry, and it also had a blue underlayer. The texture, however, was missing a bit of the snow texture, but I didn't really mind that too much. It wasn't a massive flaw in it, and I also found that this smelled so good. It smelled like a cherry bakewell tart, and it was just really good. The clay in this, however, was a very sticky one. It was one that just kind of clung to your hands whatever you did, and I found that there was so much rust at the bottom, but for some reason there wasn't much like actually in the center, unlike the previous slime. Overall, this slime wasn't that bad, and the rust mixed in, so you could barely tell by the end of it. Icy Cloud is exactly like the name describes. At first it really looks like an icy, but the more you pull it, the more it feels like a cloud, and it drizzles just like one. I love the add-ins for this, and I especially love the teddy bear. As you'll see later on, it matches the slime so well. This is scented like a fresh towel bed linen type scent, and because it's made with clear slime, it's so easy to drizzle, and it's a lot easier to kind of fluff up the normal cloud slime, so overall I was really impressed by this slime. The replica version is also really nice. The tin for this looked a lot newer, and also there wasn't as much rust around the rim, so maybe the key is just not filling up as much. This also wasn't sticky at all on the top. As you can see, the snow pieces were really expanded, so I had a feeling that maybe it kind of been overwatered. It was still very cool. I really loved the color theme of this, both the lid, the label, and also the slime match. There was one gross bit of globule on it, and there was also some bits at the bottom, but this one was like the only really disgusting thing, and this had a fresh cotton scent as well. The real slimes arrived in this box. They were absolutely stunning, so well packaged, and I really liked it. The scam slimes just came in a normal mailer with some bubble wrapping. Next up, we have Scented Slime by Amy's Sugar Rush Slime. This is a cloud top slime with a clear base underneath, and the colours from the yellow and the blue seep down below and made this I was about to say a yellow and then an orange slime, but it's very clearly a green slime. But for some reason, the pink one stayed intact. So when this was mixed up, it did turn into a muted purple colour. The mixing process was also really nice. I found the colours came out a bit more, and it had nice confetti pieces and smelled like a sweet shop. I love the containers that the replica slimes come in. It had a very similar design in there. It had a cloud slime on the top and the bottom was completely black. I could see on the top that there was definitely colours merging, so what I suspect is that they had an array of colours that was slightly more than usual and all of the colours mixed. However, as you can see here, the cloud was amazing, like a really, really high quality cloud. So I almost wish that they just had the cloud alone and I was able to just mix up and try it. But the clear slime was also fantastic. It was really sticky, which I wasn't surprised with just because I think the dyes melt it down a lot. But when I mixed it up, it was really nice, and like you can see here, the colour looked like it was going to turn into a black, and then when I was mixing it up, it ended up looking like it was going to go green, but because the red was the only one that didn't sink down and mix in, it ended up turning into a really gorgeous brownie colour, and it looked just like a cake. Like the texture was very, very cake-like, and yeah, I was very impressed with this. It was unscented though, but honestly, I didn't really mind too much. Next up we have Let's Glow by Scented Slime by Amy, and this is a really nice neon cloud slime. This has an array of colours in it, but the most prominent one is pink, which is really important because when I saw all of these I thought, great, we're going to have another brown slime in this video, but when I started mixing it up, not only was it a super fluffy slime, I found that it also turned pink, which is a really nice surprise considering it contained all of these colours at first. I thought it was such a fun design, I really liked how this flowed, and I also just loved the initial look of it. Just when I thought nothing could get through this cling film, there was a really jagged edge and this broke for this container, which meant that this whole slime dried out. Because it ended up molding to the container, you can see that the colours were kind of in the right placement and they looked like they were the same vibrancy. I tried to crack it open, but there was a really jagged edge, so I just gave up. But it definitely was a snow slime, and I'm sure this would have been great. The Almond Shortbread slime is absolutely stunning. It really reminds me of a watercolour painting. It has an array of colours that are blended so beautifully together, and it has a sweet marzipan scent to it. The slime itself has a lot of clay in there. It's really, really airy, but it still has some slime in there, so I would definitely classify this as a butter slime. It's so stunning. I love how it just pops out of the container and you can hold the design any way you want, and this makes this to a really, really nice light blue. The scam slime really blew me away for this one. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I saw this design on the top. It had a layer of slime underneath and a clay topping which had kind of dried out on the top, and then some foam beads, so it was very different in design, but it did have all the same colours. What I really liked about this was the DIY aspect, but also you still did get the marble effects once it was being mixed up. Next up we have the Starry Night slime based on the famous artwork. This is stunning, it held its colours really well, and this is mainly because it's almost entirely clay. I spoke to Amy about this and she said that it's mostly clay and a tiny bit of slime. The scam slime for this is really similar. It has all the same colour panels, but instead of having the same clay, this one has like a slightly airier, stickier one. And interestingly enough, the previous one held its colours really well, but as soon as you take out this clay or like slime, I don't know what to call it, out of this, it turns into this muddy brown, whereas this one turns into more of a TARDIS blue. Amy's package came with a standard extra bag of a slime care sheet, some borax, a little charm, and also a sweet. As we know, the Kawaii Slime Shop scam shop used a tin, and I was like, where did they get this inspiration from? And when scrolling on Instagram one day, I found the genuine shop that they were trying to copy. Now, these people don't use real tins. These also aren't the scam shop people. These are genuine slime shop owners called Retro Slime Company, and they have a wonderful shop. They sell lots of things, and one of the things are tinned goods, but they're like made to be containers. So this this is the Libby Pie Filling. They sent me some of these. I actually bought them, but they reimbursed me because they're very sweet. And this smells so autumnal. It was so nice. It had a very glossy base and it was like a butter slime, but then obviously the top is completely clay, so it ended up being a lot more clay heavy once mixed in. The tins from this shop are made out of plastic and she wraps them so carefully. So it comes with a bubble wrapping, but also this really great heat seal that actually goes inside the slime, so none of my slimes leaked, and it also prevents them from drying out, which I do sometimes find if it doesn't have a cling film wrapping over it, just because of the design and some air getting in, which is absolutely fine, but something to bear in mind. This has a very savoury scent. This is really realistic. It smells just like corn, and like you can see, these corn charms are really fun. I love the vibrancy of the slime, and the texture wasn't super thick, but it was very stretchy, and I really enjoyed playing with this. This was actually the first slime I saw on Instagram, and it really caught my eye because of how realistic it looked. The jelly slime had a really glossy finish on the top, and it really looked like a syrup dressing. It also smelled very syrupy. It was kind of like an artificial like syrup scent, which kind of reminds me of store-bought pies, but I personally liked that, and I liked the little charms that came with this as well. Next up we have a tin of fake spaghetti, and this is really cool. They made this out of elastic bands, so every time you pull the slime it pulls along and it makes it look like more strung out, and underneath you get this gorgeous jelly slime. I feel like this is more snow heavy than the pecan one was, or it might just be the colour making it shine through a bit more, and this had a really nice savoury tomato scent. The packaging they include is so phenomenally good. They gave some fixes of activator and softener, some overflow for excess slime, and also gave some cool facts on the bottom, as well as how to fix your slime on the top of the container. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you very soon.